morning. I wish I could see everyone's face. Can you see me? Then here we go. I'm Miss Leanne at the Pratt Public Library, and we're celebrating Winnie the Pooh Day today. It's the birthday of the author of the Winnie the Pooh stories, A.A. Milne, and we're going to start off with the song. Are you ready to help me? Okay, get your hands ready. Here we go. I wake up my hands with a clap, 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 a clap, 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 a clap, clap, clap. I wake up my hands with a clap, 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 and wiggle my waggles away. I wake up my head with a nod, 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 a nod, 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 a nod, nod, nod. I wake up my head with a nod, 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 and wiggle my waggles away. I wake up my eyes with a blink, 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 a blink, 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 a blink, blink, blink. I wake up my eyes with a blink, 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 and wiggle my waggles away. I wake up my nose with a beep, 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 a beep, 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 a beep, beep, beep. I wake up my nose with a beep, 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 and wiggle my waggles away. I wake up my tummy with a tickle, 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 a tickle, 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 a tickle, tickle, tickle. I wake up my tummy with a tickle, 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 and wiggle my waggles away. I wake up my body with a bounce, 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 a bounce, 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 a bounce, bounce, bounce. I wake up my body with a bounce, 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 and wiggle my waggles away. Good job. Okay. Did you know there was a real little bear named Winnie who was the inspiration for our silly old Pooh Bear? I'm going to tell you the story how we went from a real bear to our Disney bear. Finding Winnie. It's the true story of a little bear. This story happened a long time ago, and it starts off with a veterinarian named Harry Colburn. He was a veterinarian in Winnipeg, Canada. One day, this was a long time ago, one day the veterinarian, Harry, had to leave his home. He had to go across the ocean. There was a war going on, and they needed veterinarians to come and help take care of the soldiers' horses. So the soldiers got on a train. They traveled across Canada. They stopped to rest their legs at a depot in the town of White River, Ontario. At the depot, there was a man that had a baby. It was a baby bear. How cute! She was an orphan. She had no mother. And the man offered to sell the bear to Harry. Now, Harry is a veterinarian. That means he takes care of animals. So he knew how to take care of animals, but he didn't know if he should take the little bear with him on the train. But finally he decided he would, so he paid the man for the little bear and took the bear on the train and showed her to the soldiers. I'm going to call her Winnie, he said, after our hometown of Winnipeg, Canada. Oh, the soldiers are so excited. They loved that little bear. They spoiled her rotten. They brought her all kinds of good things to eat, carrots and potatoes and apples and tomatoes. But the thing that she liked best were the cans of condensed milk because she was a baby. When the soldiers set up camp before they had to sail away across the ocean, Winnie was there. Winnie stayed with them wherever they went. Wherever Harry was, Winnie was, and at night she slept under his cot. She was so tame. And here's a picture of Harry and Winnie. And when the soldiers had to get on the ship to sail away across the ocean to England, there was Winnie right there on the ship with them. But when it was time for the soldiers to move closer to the fighting, Harry knew that Winnie couldn't go with him this time. So they had a group portrait, all the soldiers and Winnie, and then Harry took the little bear on a trip. They were going to the big city of London. There was a very nice zoo there, and Harry knew that this would be the best place for Winnie to stay. So he left Winnie there, and Winnie was very sad. She missed her friends, the soldiers. They had spoiled her so. But it didn't take her long till she made new friends. They had very friendly zookeepers. Lots of people came to see her. Now we have somebody else in our story. This is a little boy named Christopher Robin. He was a real little boy who lived near London, and this is his teddy bear, Edward. Christopher Robin and his teddy bear and his dad loved to visit the London Zoo. And it didn't take Christopher Robin long to become acquainted with the little bear from Canada, and Christopher Robin fell in love with that little bear. And Winnie, you won't believe it, Winnie was so tame, the zookeepers let the children go in the cage with her. Here's Christopher Robin and Winnie and Mr. Milne, Christopher Robin's father. Now, Christopher Robin fell in love with Winnie, and he decided, one day, he looked at Edward and he said, Edward, I'm going to give you a new name. I'm going to call you Winnie. And then he added on Pooh, the name of a swan he once knew. So Edward's new name is Winnie the Pooh. And when it was time for Harry to go back to Canada, he decided that it was best just to leave Winnie there at the London Zoo. So Winnie stayed at the London Zoo. And Mr. Milne, who was Christopher Robin's father, started writing stories. Christopher Robin and his toys had lots of adventures. Now this is Winnie the Pooh now. And he had Tigger and Kanga and Piglet and Eeyore. And Mr. Milne began writing stories about his son and his son Christopher Robin and his toys and all their adventures. Now, here we go. First of all, we start off with a little bear named Winnie and a soldier. Winnie and the soldier. Winnie's getting a little bit bigger, and here's Winnie chewing on the soldier's hand. Here's Winnie a little bit bigger. Christopher Robin in the cage with Winnie. Then Christopher Robin decides to rename his teddy bear and adds on Pooh, Winnie the Pooh now. And his father starts to write stories about Winnie the Pooh and his friends and his son. First he wrote a couple of poetry books, poems about Christopher Robin and his toys. And then he wrote 2 storybooks. He wrote Winnie the Pooh, the stories about Christopher Robin and his friends, and The House at Pooh Corner. Okay, so one more time. I think this is a cool story. You just have a little bear named Winnie. You have a little boy who falls in love with the bear and names his teddy bear Winnie the Pooh. His father writes stories about Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh. And then we have Disney, who has put out the books and the movies that we know. So we started with a little bear and ended up with our silly old Pooh Bear. Okay, now we're going to sing another song that Winnie the Pooh and his friends like to sing. And I would like to see your hands. We're going to put our hands up high. Okay, here we go. Put your hands up high, put your hands down low. Put your hands in the middle and wiggle, wiggle so. Put your elbows in the front, put your elbows in the back. Put your elbows to the side and quack, quack, quack. You ready? We'll do it again. Here we go. Put your hands up high, put your hands down low. Put your hands in the middle and wiggle, wiggle so. Put your elbows in the front, put your elbows in the back. Put your elbows to the side and quack, quack, quack. Just right. Okay, now if you're ready for another Winnie the Pooh story, raise your hands. If you're ready for a Winnie the Pooh story, put your finger on your nose. Put your finger on your chin. Put your finger on your shoulders. And put your hands in your lap. This is one of my favorite Winnie the Pooh stories. And it's called The Scavenger Hunt. Let's see what happens. Christopher Robin was sitting on a tree stump in 100 Acre Wood. Along came his friends. Hello, Christopher Robin, they said. What should we do on this fine day? Well, maybe we should go on a scavenger hunt. Tiggers love scavenger hunts, Tigger yelled. Then he paused. What is a scavenger hunt exactly? A scavenger hunt is a game of looking for things, Christopher Robin explained. What kind of things? Asked Rabbit. Well, let me think. Why don't you look for a small jar of honey, a purple flower, and a red leaf? And I also want you to find the greatest thing in the whole world. Pooh was confused. Isn't honey the greatest thing in the whole world? He asked. Honey is pretty sweet, Christopher Robin said, but there's something even greater. Something even greater than honey. Then we must find it, said Christopher Robin. But first they decided to find a small pot of honey. Pooh knew he could find that at his house. But oh dear, it was up on the very top shelf. Pooh could reach the bottom shelf, and when he stood on Tigger's shoulders, he could reach the middle shelf and get the big pot, but he wanted the little pot clear up on top. Rabbit, can you help? So Rabbit climbed up. But he couldn't reach the top shelf either. Little Roo, will you please help? Little Roo bounced up onto Rabbit's back and managed to get the small jar of honey. He tossed it down to his Mama Kanga, and they had their very first item of the scavenger hunt in their bag. Now we need a leaf and a flower, Pooh said. Does anybody remember which should be red and which should be purple? They weren't quite sure. Well, here's a red flower, said Pooh, and it smells nice. Then it's perfect, said Kanga, and she put it in the bag. Roo looked around at the base of a tree near Pooh's house. I found a leaf, but it's not purple. I think I have some purple paint at my house, Rabbit said. We can paint the leaf purple. So they all went to Rabbit's house, and he got out his can of paint. They took turns painting until they had a very beautiful purple leaf. They put it in the bag, too. Now, all we need to do is find the greatest thing in the whole world, said Piglet. Where should we look? They decided to look at 100-Acre Wood. They went into the woods. Greatest thing! Greatest thing in the whole world, where are you? They looked and looked. They looked behind rocks, they looked in holes, they looked in trees, they looked everywhere, but they could not find the greatest thing in the whole world. They looked and looked all over. Finally, it was getting dark. They decided they'd better go and find Christopher Robin and show him what they had found. They all held hands so no one would get lost in the dark. Finally, after what seemed like a long time, they found Christopher Robin. Have you finished your scavenger hunt? He asked. No, said Pooh. We looked all over. We all tried to find it together, but we could not find the greatest thing in the whole world. Oh, silly bear, said Christopher Robin. Friends working together is the greatest thing in the whole world. So you did find it after all. Oh, just right. Friends working together. Pooh and his friends. Okay. Okay. We all love our Winnie the Pooh bear here in Kansas, but it isn't just children in Kansas who like Winnie the Pooh. In Poland, in Warsaw, Poland, they have a street called Winnie the Pooh Street. The street sign has Pooh and Piglet. In Russia, they like Winnie the Pooh. And here's Pooh and Al in a Russian story with Russian letters. And in Canada, in White River, Ontario, where they had the depot, they have a festival every year. Every year in August, they have a festival. They have parades. They have bouncy houses. They have fireworks. You can go there to the Winnie the Pooh Festival. And I'm going to see how you do on this. I have a test. I'm going to tell you, describe some of Pooh's friends, and you tell me which friend I'm describing. Okay, number one. Who is Roo's mother? Let's see. Do you know who Roo's mother is? There's Kanga right there. Okay, number two. The little boy who Pooh considers to be his best friend is, what's the little boy's name? Christopher Robin. Pooh's best friend. Number three, who is Kanga's baby Joey? Who are you? Little Roo. Number four, He gets mad when Tigger bounces on his prize garden. Which friend is that? Is that Rabbit? Number 5. He has trouble keeping his tail attached to his bottom. Poor Eeyore. Number 6. He loves to bounce and have fun. And that would be Tigger. Number 7. He is a small, kind animal who is usually quite shy, and he likes to eat acorns. Who is his littlest friend? Little Piglet. Number 8. He acts like a teacher and thinks he is the cleverest animal in the woods. Who is that? Is that Owl? And number 9, his love for honey sometimes leads to trouble. Winnie the Pooh. You silly old bear. Okay, we've got one more song. Let's see how we do on it. If you're happy and you know it. Can you sing that with me? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, honk your nose, honk, honk. If you're happy and you know it, honk your nose, honk, honk. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, honk your nose, honk, honk. I'm so happy to be with all of you today. I hope it won't be long till we can see you all. And I hope you have a Pooh-rific day. Bye-bye.